Hey friends, Sam here. Thanks for watching another video. Today I'll be cleaning up this DMG Game Boy. It's one of the dirtiest Game Boys I've had, so it's in desperate need of a bath. The shell is also yellowed a bit, especially on the base, so I'll be retrobrighting the shell as well. I've never retrobrighted anything before, so hopefully everything goes well and I don't get myself a chemical burn. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. As you can see, the lens was held in with absolutely nothing, which is always good. I suppose that makes it easy to clean later on. Anyways, usually I use a Y2.5 bit to pull apart my Game Boys, but as I quickly realised, this Game Boy was held together entirely by Phillips head bits, which is super strange. I then removed all 6 incorrect screws and I was in. Once I removed the ribbon cable, it was time to remove the boards. The boards on the back half were only held in by 4 Phillips head screws, and with those removed, the board will come right out. I then removed the gun G power switch and the cartridge shield, which is also held in by 4 Phillips head screws. The battery terminals are easily removed by jamming a flathead bit in the grooves and hoping for the best. The front board is held in by 10 screws, which is a ridiculous amount really, but with those out the way, the front board can be lifted out. Sometimes these can be stuck in the shell and need some persuasion to remove, but this one fell straight out. These buttons are discoloured too, and will also be getting retrobrighted. It's pretty rank how much dirty thumb juice makes it past the buttons and onto the membranes. If you haven't ever cleaned your Game Boy, stop what you're doing and clean it now. You don't have to keep living like this. Now that I have everything pulled apart, it's time to give it all a good scrubbing. When I'm cleaning, all I do is use some regular hand soap and some hot water and let the parts sit for a few minutes. Then I grab any toothbrush that isn't mine and give it the best scrub of its life. Some isopropyl alcohol and another toothbrush that isn't mine is great for cleaning dust and grime off the boards. I also clean out the cartridge slot so the games register more reliably. Isopropyl dripped into the switches can also make the switches more reliable too. I cleaned the button contacts as well for more consistent button presses, and these ones were pretty dirty. Because the speaker is exposed to the shell, they get super filth, so more isopropyl and a cotton bud will make for better sound quality. I used a bit of glass cleaner and a microfiber cloth on the screen, as it was super grimy from the screen lens constantly falling out. Now that everything is clean, it looks good but not great. The front shell isn't too bad, but the back shell is definitely yellower and not looking too great in comparison to my DMG style pocket. You can also see the yellowing on the buttons too, now that they're clean. So to Retrobright on a budget, we will need cling wrap, plant base of course, some volume 40 hair bleach, the shell, and some gloves for safety. After gloving up, all I did was pour the hair cream on the shell, spread it around evenly, and wrap it up like a nice smelly present. I then placed it in a clear container with some alfoil underneath and repeated the process on the front shell. After all that, I took them outside to soak up all the rays they could ever want. And the sun disappeared and it rained for 5 days straight. Great. So I went on Marketplace and bought this $20 UV light meant for curing gel nail polish, but it's also marketed as the best all-in-one fake sun for retrobrighting shitey Game Boys. There were cheaper ones available, but 3 different people kept ignoring my damn messages because Marketplace. I decided the front shell was good enough and I'd just try and get the back shell to match. So in goes the smelly present, and the buttons too. It turns out the light I bought has a built-in timer that maxes out at 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes I had to come back and turn on the light for 2 damn hours. And this was the result. The buttons were done, but the shell was still a little yellow. So I reapplied more cream and it went back in for another 1 to 2 hours. Keeping in mind I had to turn it back on after every 5 short damn minutes. After that, it was done and could finally be reassembled. Here's a better comparison of the start and select buttons. I'm so stoked with that. The screen lights could do with a polish or replacement, especially because there's some superglue residue that I couldn't get rid of. Never use superglue, please. But the lens will do for now and it will keep it all original. So after a few days and a lot of learning, it's finally done, and I have to say, it looks great. The shell looks so much better after just a simple clean, let alone the retrobrighting process. You can see that there are still some slight differences in the colours of the 2 shell halves, but it's hard to tell and it's heaps better than it was. Overall, I'm very happy with how this Game Boy turned out, and now I finally have an original DMG to add to my shelf. Anyways, thanks for watching friends. If you like my content, please be sure to subscribe as it means a lot to me, and I'm almost at 100 subscribers, which is awesome. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!